GH.
Obusua social media no so hyehyehye na bese me bisa se wono omo ya adwen ebi se dodo na e ka se nka ye wura nchai na ka boko kra no pe na wafa na no mpo anto na omo ankasa nya de ombe yo omo ku omo aka kro no nko an nka aka se na ohu no esan se ye wura ye bia after say president mama any asojafo ehia ya o ka kire omo se ye wura o twen se ye wura ba no ka boko incidents no na asomdua ba no amanfo bebre se da nka ebeya nka ye renjai esan se president Muhammad ni moye nyina ho eso ye ni nkofo di ratem di asantematem still on ka hwe se na hu no na me letter e de koma president Muhammad dear president Muhammad mesrew asemu ya making is serious pa se wo hia ye wura mo ade a ye kasetia no hwe ni ye ne be kakra no ye ba wo ma menhia o atembidia ye di asanteman nioma a waban ba so ye di asanteman fam mpokra no me se mpokra ba omia me be ka bi kira ba omia ese ohwe esan se sa na breso na pedifo enkofo bi di asanteman atemi ade se ohu enti no onfa na no ntumo nkasa ne ehu se o ni muso enti se onim se because waban o first time odi come by 2016 akwa bi ti radio station bi so ye frɛ no bobia ansa oso ba wo nkyɛn bɛka kyerɛ wo sɛ asantefo de nkebe ya aboɔ one boɔ ma you cannot conquer them saa na ɔbɛka kyerɛ wo nti mpɛsɛ mbisa sɛ yewura na kyerɛ sɛ ɔbɛka saa kyerɛ wo sɛ asantefo de one boɔ one nyɛ ɔma yakayaka de a wontumi nkontrol wo ɛno ne da so hyɛ wo tirim ana because atebidie ne nyɔma a ɛkɔ so mira wɔhu ana na wonte wɔhu ɛba saa yɛsɛ wosi dwe mmɔ kokoo ɛbɛbɔ awa wo so oh, because uhia mwa menhia na uba na ye kasetia menhia ofi se kama hwe o kasetia menhia o kasetia yewura na se nkrofo kasa na umiya no a ube opemwa bi na ba ho ade odi be bia enye yo asema me ken president mama meni wo meni abre pa esensa asemu edi ehu hia papa enu ntina ngofo bebre ani abre se nkebe ya ka bokokura unjai no after so de won se betu dwa no wasinke be kura nka yenjai no mo nku won ebusua TV mami
to Ghana for Yura Otumfuo say to na ibo de na boe mu aso say to nyame kese wachi no wanim beba bia ni ho nkwa ne bema na we de adesre de ana ona na mdo tu onim ene sabi asantefo ni biere tu onim na yesrewo kakran na ofra kontu bedu fiam say e de asikadwa so bo ho ba bedu fia so ndem nana how unko solve bo kontoko bia enko nana nkofo we omumpe asemo tom nana ne waye bia ya still na enye omofe yewura eni diem say tutu na meka say ibo de na abo imu ase nana enko ba jawo mo so mo kokokokokokoko anu mu nyina nipa ni nyina wuwa na ka de ka mo maka omo ade betu omo fo yewura we a wo bekoi akosolve ye bi na sebi jejentwiefo bi ukrum na amo sebi o makansem tantan de akyerɛw ye mu bi so no ye ho na sebi na obi ka asem fonfa ho a ye ntena ho ye besoso yewura kebe ya ga ofa kontumba wona na jiwa home pebe bi da jiwa home se Ghana fo na zo mu hiawa ye asanteman ye so ye doso ye hiawo ye pawon so ye dɔwon so ana de obeka bia so ye tewase ne wo pe ne be ye de ama wo yewura ebe emi ya yewura ye me yo Otumfuo ye mo ye to Otumfuo wo mo bro too much na wo ye mo yo wo ye mo ye no mo bro no so na haye ene do mo ye wasokwe mampo pe do mo ye okumawu na wo mo bro no yes rawo
yes utie ya dodo na e kase nkebe ya ba videos na want me to fani na dodo na e ka senke yenjai because ni chese Would yentie Janet so the yentie Janet.
Mama about them. So that one I live. You see, we talk too much. We don't talk too much. You don't know. So let's talk about Otumfuo. Let me tell you. The or the poor politicians ne senka yebenya no so mienu ahemfo mienu te se Otumfuo our Ghana hanoma nka Ghana yakoye nim de dada.
Discussed with Otumfuo. One of the times I went to Kumasi and I discussed with him and I said, look, we've decided to go to the IMF, but the IMF are dragging their feet and it's taking too long for them to make a decision. But I know you have contacts, you know, with some of these leaders of international finance institutions. So I want you to, you know, get involved and see how you can.
You see the reason why Ashanti region is the next developed region. So even the next developed region, but remember I would say it's the first developed region because Greater Accra na Greater Accra no way abai na developing Greater Accra. Ndan bebrebe ya abai na developing Greater Accra. And I like ahoho ababetinam na ahoho so developing more. But Ashanti region is developed by their own. So mama enjoy. So you see let me tell you. Mama politicians may harm because they will bring trouble thing, and if you don't know, you will talk against Obia and Sessa Casantiano, and therefore, Ubenya who punish their punishment because Obia and Niti, Obian movies are who can move in them go before you mama about them. So that one I leave that one to individuals. But let me tell you what Otumfuo is doing. He needs to be recognized and appreciated because he has done what people cannot do. No one can do that in Ghana here. In fact, he can develop different people, different places. President Mahama develop na Otumfuo na nkasa na jina mu ko jisika no kwampo no. Mo so na nkasa ka wan eno kwapo mo de tuatua mo asum ena Otumfuo ena Mahama basic agency na odi gold kwabo gogo asante man mo. You see we talk too much. We don't talk too much. You don't know. So he need be bet me aye we yan konkwa ye. Me say connection konkwa is not easy. I always tell people say it's not about just say ebia ubeye president, but it's about the connection out there. Say president me go move to me the message now one minimum abrochire I am one minimum it's connection. Mun we get that in your text call. Mun we too much dream. You I'm if I win here because we Ghanaians say we have refused to learn, to study, to even think. We have refused to do that. Na ya interest in fact, say we have politicians have to send some people to go and insult Otumfuo. I would say politicians who are doing that. Most of them are politicians. Upon all what he's doing to help both NDC and MPP, they will still send their people to go and insult him. And you think you'll be free. Next time we hear Mbwambesako, some babaimu. I just think say Otumfuo is a very kind-hearted person that he will do things on his own and he doesn't even care. Say at least no, and fan of him. And in fact, you can't even tell say Otumfuo your MPP and no your NDC. Just the only thing is because ASANTEHENE your MPP for, but Otumfuo is helping all. Mahama na eka no nsem no. Or your NDC means so person won't find and target say Otumfuo your MPP nia. Then you should know say even though you think say oh yeah kotokono anamika say MPP nia ASANTEHENE your MPP for no. He still thinks of Ghana, not MPP and NDC. He thinks beyond that. Let's get this in our thick score. Na enjoy nsemuhu niye nim anamika sadodo. Ebi anamika sadodo. But I think since we you you should know say this man doesn't care whether you are NDC or you are MPP. He cares about the development of Ghana. That is what I want you to understand. You people should think very wisely. In fact, adia wukoye no ni me ho so aso krampo. And na mba wo so wo ba bi wo ho na na bi wo ho. Wo nua bi wo ho. Yeah, a word to a wise. Me, I always say it's enough. Me to a me my baby to a before. Me combo me left to right. Me whom my bra bono. My baby cast me to me or before. But you should know, say, at least no, some people are untouchable. Don't touch them because you don't know the consequences of that.
We had to go to the IMF, but you don't just walk into the IMF like that. And we needed to do that fast. And so even though we had written to the IMF, they were taking their time to set up a mission and all that, and come and do a pre-assessment and all that. Meanwhile, we needed this to happen fast, so that the economy could start to come out of the hole in which it was. And so I discussed it with Otumfuo. One of the times I went to Kumasi and I discussed with him and I said, look, we decided to go to the IMF, but the IMF are dragging their feet and it's taking too long for them to make a decision. But I know you have contacts, with some of these leaders of international finance institutions. So I want you to, get involved and see how you can get us into a program. So he quickly agreed. And I agreed with him. He said he would go and talk to Jim Wilson, who was his very good friend and former managing director of the World Bank. So he called Wolfenson, he got an appointment and everything. So we facilitated it. He came to Accra and he flew to Geneva or somewhere where Wolfenson was. Went and met him. And he went with Wolfenson to US and went to the IMF office and met Lagarde, who was the head of IMF at the time. And she went and talked to him and said, look, my country wants to get into a program. Your people are taking too long. These are the issues. Of course, we had briefed him what the issues were. And so Lagarde, said, oh, okay, we'll deal with it. And so she called the mission chief for Ghana and all that and gave them instructions. And then we noticed that things started moving quicker. And then eventually we signed off on the IMF program.
Since 1999, when Otumfuo II was installed as the 16th occupant of the gold stool, he has worked with and supported the various central governments in the country to promote the various national development agenda, starting with the John Kufuor administration to the current administration of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. These include the HIPIC initiative.
If Otumfuo had not been there in Washington at that time to influence his friends to work on IMF, I don't know what would have become of Ghana's budget. And people may not know. But for that HIPIC success, I tell you, perhaps the economy of Ghana today might not be the same. We wouldn't have made the headway. We moved from, if you would remember, the lows of something like 300, 400 US dollars per capita, 2001, 2002, and thereabouts. By 2006, Ghana hit per capita GDP of $1,300. That was what moved Ghana from the doldrums, perhaps, to middle income.
Way mpenifo omo ye mpenifo amo daga na no it is a nipa no Ghana so you don't have the right to insult that person. You have the right to criticize something that is not going well, but to the right to insult no me I am not for it. And no more can tell did you two for them rough or where but not did that time you don't say anything after them let's think very well because no yes will be yeah the men cast sorry me so cast sorry yes so because of you no so or the bow so
and Otumfuo say to toss you no agiatum what the penny yes I will be send your buying say
Otumfuo pia nana ju tu she eye na ye ka say Ghana ye wo hene bi wo ho a eye na manfo nti ase o menya asantini mi fi oti queen number 1 and also atamfo ya mo ya den dem oti queen minya ku ya meti ahivie na so me ya queen wo me ho so wonti ase ajai se mo hu Otumfuo me ka asa mu kire mu a Ghana nkasa na obia ka de ope but let me tell you mo hu sing ntokwa ekoso wo ayi no afi no mo hu se obi wo ho yo hini bi okasa niema bet me to D. Would you ever make us I to say me casacake? I don't want me once to say, Miss Minas Santini, and Tian Mujana Mijamanum. I mean, Santini, into Mijamanum. I am Santini, Kawa, Mujamanum. But let me tell you, reality is reality. Umpo, and dear. Yakasa more of Nipodas and you show Kasa, Shawano Kasai and one Kasantia Penibi. Maybe the spiritual implication, no, I know the Ayawa for Musoko. Baby, one physically, no, I who portray some character be extra Nkwala, Nchrimba, is a Mikachu. Mikachi, Aye, Mikachi, who portray some character be trouble. One who sing to Konatin or tune for the Yababa share. Meanwhile, no, maybe share. I minka send be trouble, and then me who post beer, Natchini Jonas, or Didi, President Mahamatem. Let me tell you, me say, me pe MPP, me say me pe MPP, but no. And you me decide now, yeah, man, for a commenter, I say, he has turned to NDC, he has turned to NDC. I am not in support. Because most of them, no, because of seeing page in the background, money pa, I tear the all painting, and it don't match that, no much tricky, no more way fight, no more way side into who you gonna new your youth, no one fight Adrian to team. Now we see, I'm a bow page so now I'm about page so now I'm Kabia Boa. I someone drink as a youth. Think very well. Because no, yes, you'll be yeah, the man cast sorry me so. Cast sorry so because of Union or the bow so. And now to the Jonas are done in the cheek. And did the end this yatam. And I'm Sabahum. I am telling you the truth. Youth, unless we start learning sense. Yadrino, Mama Yadrino Quadidie. And yes, and then MPP were opposition, you want to talk for them. Let me tell you, one Kasama MPP the Daniel said no abayo hero neka say hey o Kasabo MPP o Kasabo MPP me pacho ba bia wo jina honuma ama mo bi me nya se bia bibio o me say de obenya ne views ntin ana me tietem me asa me can make sense ana. And it's no omo bana kasa tia obi papa to say President Mahama who did be see no who did not keke me I am not in support of that me did the atem and try me but sadia be nkoyi ye wo ma by mo I will come out and say it I don't know I don't try bibi I don't know if you are getting me adia be nkoyi ye you have the right to talk about it, but say, be did not come. Now when you just did not come, that was why people were insulting another. You don't understand because no, or your papa, unya crumpo, unya she, ubenya, unya crumpo so mubaya papa, unya se President Mahama papa, unya se President Akufo-Addo your papa, unya se obi a wa buy money pa bia buy papa that you not get. I hear from banning kwasi akeka. I hear and the other one could do at the moment could you at the Postica didn't know what was up on your beatem. Most of them want to Monosi, ASANTEHENE, Otumfuo, no mudiatam, think very wisely. I say youth now would dear chi. Why me the spiritual implications of the mammy or catch me see yendi peniatam, intermediate, and no couple there, wow, who know me, wow, know me, but oh yeah, the youth to say it is simple to insult elderly person. Now what you know your way. Youth of NDC, MPP, let's wise up. And you're beyond the Baba Tina Honua Cassantia, your political way, penny for Daganano. It is a Nipano Shaganaswa. You don't have the right to insult that person. You have the right to criticize something that is not going well. But to the right to insult, no, me. I am not for it. And the man who Otumfuo Namakwapo Wadu not just say Otumfuo Kopo or do crowd. Once one not to me easily. And then I'm passing political parties no so say. Muga Kosha or Biachi no mu did you Biatama. Mukasa, you should think about it. Now I want no more Vitella or did you two for them rough. Or where but not did that time you don't say anything after boy. Nothing mujani call. Let's be wise. Let's be wise. Who are you? Be wise. And yes, it can be an yedio. And yes, it can be an yedi. And yes, it can be an yedi. Let's think. Let's reason. Nana, ya dasi pa say. Otumfuo na dwimu yamro. wajia to me easily. And I want to be and Kim Mukakra. Nana.
Asante, you know.
Yes, Janet Kuma so na could see no see Janet Kuma. Yeah, obetimi subscribe to and obetimi akọhwe no channel no Queen Oti o YouTube. Obetimi subscribe. Pepe ne na wo hwe nyoma a ekoso ene sede yes so pa yewura echese aginsem enti de na yewura wo kafa ho but wo hia mwa na ba ho afi sede odi baby asem we very serious papa ye kan sa enti ensem nkoso enye wo sede na wo enye fine you na mami to ansem ni so eye mamponse nsem ayo koso ko he mamponse nsem ni ade a issue bebre koso o mampon ase sese ani ntimi hu de eko na amafo bebre so kire o ma bia amafo ni abre pa se ade nti na wo se basa efia shwas ni ga kwado watutu bia ma ne wo papa yin hwe yin ti efia shwas ni ga
se ma mo nchusu Otumfuo maye mo share mo ani abre mo fanko sirem e ho na mo firi mo ani abre a mo fanko sirem e ho na mo firi na asante ma pasam de ala asante Yakubu e fa mo bai mo share mo nana no bedoye se mo ni ma mo ba slavery e no ma be ka ho mo ni chance in the highest kingdom. Me my one dey say the NDC food soldiers baby eh so far so mo ye niema amagana for send this for adini so na but e mateni bia ha mo ti be fa Kumase asante mampon mo ni chance what me be krom na buko jibi me say asibi Yakubu atene oni akonya wa asante mampon sa so na Kofi Usu ni asamoa eni akonya e wo sirem Uti, Ajimani Akonya, Awa Igbemem. Won't call no popo. Your husband is there, yes. Me go or Yenebiane. Me go on him the overeno. Won't call no popo. Never was a MC or as I say, Michael Osebonsu. A BC will no popo. Won't quatamale. Won't quapa East region. Never was a say, MC or the sayer. I go Guajimai. Would it chassis as I tell my boy by Yakubu Metal? Momo shari on. Mo shari.
if ya shwas ni ga na akuti no wo se mo be ya mo nko bukuru na mo nko yesa ade no enye mampon nya asante mampon na mbe yesa eno ane se na ami e na uti mbe gina kam me ka se sisala fo de ye ma asante fo bi di e me MC wo mampon uti mi kansa man try sasem no ka minimum a ko se mba bonti be pacho nyasem kitwa kwa ubisia feel free na so che wadwin all comment section se na so su fa ho ususu se yewura onyi nani ma omo ana still na on solve boku issue na dey fa comment bra me share comment section what is here afi is message subscribe na share ni me notification bell na dey di kan me da so hwe me makro
The
time has come. The moment of truth is here. The question is, are you ready? Are you prepared? It ain't about being beast mode. It's about life and death mode. It's about putting it on the line. It's about pushing yourself and giving it 110% of everything you got. There is nothing that you can do once you're here except finish what you're starting.
If you want to be great, if you want to get the recognition, if you want to get fucking paid, if you want all of the things that you dream about,
We must be united. We must unite now. Ejumeyi.